You're staying at a hotel, a place with a history that feels off. Maybe you don't know it yet, but this building has seen death, suicides, murders, and even housed serial killers. You turn on the faucet in your room expecting clear water, but instead, murky, foul-smelling liquid flows out. Disgusted, you call the front desk. Maintenance workers are sent to the rooftop to inspect the hotel's water tanks. What they find? It's not just a plumbing issue. It's the decomposing body of a young woman, Elisa Lamb, floating in the tank. And that's only the beginning of the mystery. Elisa Lamb was a bright, adventurous 21-year-old student from Vancouver, Canada. She loved books, travel, and sharing her thoughts with the world through her blog. Her posts were candid and relatable, often touching on her struggles with bipolar disorder. But above all, Elisa was curious about life. In January 2013, she set out on a solo trip to California, documenting her journey for friends and family. She visited San Diego and eventually made her way to Los Angeles, where she checked into the Cecil Hotel. Now, the Cecil wasn't your typical budget hotel. Sure, it was cheap, but its history was chilling. It had been home to serial killers like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, and Jack Unterweger. Suicides and violent deaths were so common that it earned the nickname the Suicide Hotel. But Elisa didn't seem to notice or care. For the first few days, everything was fine. She visited local bookstores, explored the city, and even shopped for gifts to bring home. But then, on January 31st, she vanished. When Elisa's family stopped hearing from her, they grew alarmed. She had been checking in with them daily, and now, nothing. They reported her missing. The LAPD began their investigation, searching every corner of the Cecil Hotel. They even brought in search dogs, but the trail went cold. Then the police released the last known footage of Elisa, a surveillance video from the hotel's elevator. What they uncovered was unsettling. In the video, Elisa enters the elevator and presses several buttons, but the elevator doesn't move. The doors stay open. She peeks into the hallway cautiously, as if she's being followed. She steps back in, then hides in the corner, pressing herself against the wall. Then Elisa steps out of the elevator entirely. She gestures with her hands, sharp, erratic movements, as if she's arguing with someone, but there's no one there. Finally, she disappears from view, and moments later, the elevator doors close. The footage went viral, sparking endless theories. Was Elisa having a psychotic break? Was she being chased? Or was something paranormal happening at the Cecil Hotel? For nearly 3 weeks, no one knew what had happened to Elisa Lamb. But then, the complaints began. Guests reported foul-smelling water coming from the taps. It tasted strange, like metal, and the pressure was weak. A maintenance worker climbed to the rooftop to check the hotel's water tanks. There, he found Elisa's body floating naked in the water, her clothes and belongings submerged nearby. The discovery sent shockwaves through the city and the world. The questions were immediate and horrifying. How did she get up there? The rooftop was locked and equipped with alarms. Even if she managed to bypass those, the water tank lids were heavy, requiring significant strength to open. What's more, Elisa was found naked. Her clothes, floating beside her, had no obvious signs of struggle. And yet, how does someone end up in a water tank alone? An autopsy ruled Elisa's death an accidental drowning, suggesting her bipolar disorder might have played a role. Toxicology reports indicated she wasn't taking her medication properly at the time, which could have led to disorientation or hallucinations. But skeptics weren't convinced. Internet sleuths combed through the elevator footage, claiming it had been tampered with, slowed down, or edited to hide something. Others pointed to the Cecil Hotel itself. With its grim history, some wondered if Elisa had been the victim of foul play. Had someone followed her to the roof, forced her into the tank? Then there were the paranormal theories. Many believed the hotel's dark energy had claimed another victim, pointing to the eerie coincidences between her death and the movie Dark Water, where a young girl's body is found in a building's water tank. The case of Elisa Lam remains one of the most perplexing mysteries of the 21st century. Her death is a tragic blend of unanswered questions and unsettling possibilities. The Cecil Hotel tried to rebrand itself as the Stay on Main, but Elisa's story ensured its dark reputation would never fade. Even after renovations and a new name, visitors still whisper about the girl in the water tank and the elevator video. It's become a haunting piece of internet lore, a fragment of Elisa's final moments that refuses to be explained. As the sun sets over downtown Los Angeles, the silhouette of the Cecil Hotel looms in the fading light. Its windows seem to watch over the city, hiding secrets within its walls. Somewhere inside, the memory of Elisa Lam lingers, a chilling reminder of how fragile the line is between the known and the unknown. And as you turn off your own faucet tonight, take a moment to wonder, what would you do if the water came out wrong?